everyone. Welcome to The Key Opinion, a Docplexus series featuring eminent physicians in the medical field. Our today's guest of honor is Dr. Chaitanyanand B. Koppiker, who is a breast oncosurgeon and the medical director at Orchids Breast Health Center, Pune. Thank you so much for this interview, Doctor.
Thank you.
So, Doctor, you are the director at the Orchids Breast Health Center. How has your journey been so far?
Well, the journey began in Orchids in around 2009, and I think it's been very encouraging and fruitful. And you see, we were able to establish a sort of practice here, which centers on excellence, and that has been the most rewarding sort of experience that I've had. And basically we've been able to also take care with this excellence with a lot of poor patients and middle class and lower middle class patients, and have been able to translate this excellence of care to even those patients. So therefore I think it's been a very rewarding experience here.
Dr. Koppiker, you are one of the pioneers of breast oncoplasty in India and have established the International School of Breast Oncoplasty in collaboration with the senior faculty of the Association of Breast Surgeons UK and the University of East Anglia. How has your experience in establishing the International School of Breast Oncoplasty been, and what challenges did you come across in this process?
So when we began oncoplastic surgery, the first challenge was to actually get patients to accept this and spread it around, not only the patients but other doctors, the community, because to oncoplastic scene means offering good cosmetic surgery along with breast surgery to the patients, and therefore it was a new concept, and we had to really make a lot of awareness programs, etc., so as to be able to create the awareness about oncoplastic surgery. And so that was the real challenge. I think the biggest message through all our activities has been that losing a breast or a life is not an option for breast cancer, because you diagnose it early, and losing a breast, that means a mastectomy, is really not the correct answer for treating breast cancer. So this has been our sort of slogan all through these years. And this oncoplastic thing with the international school came about. We have not made it an official organization. It is under the aegis of Orchids Breast Health or Prashanti Cancer Commission, and it's just an organization that comes together when we want to train people for oncoplastic surgery. So the UK faculty comes here once in a year. I go to UK at least once or twice a year for training their surgeons, and basically we do have a sort of an exchange program, and the UK faculty has been excellent. They have been able to help us in really taking this to a different level, the oncoplastic surgery in India, and the training of many surgeons, some breast surgeons and also some plastic surgeons who come for our courses, and who are able to then go back to their practices and take this oncoplastic surgery forward and spread it around to more and more patients in India. That is the aim of the international school.
And Dr. Koppiker, you have done the largest number of oncoplasty breast surgeries in the country. You have also established one of the only standalone breast care centers of affordable excellence in India at the Orchids Breast Health Center. How does it feel seeing that you have offered the poor with excellent healthcare services through this initiative?
Well, it is really very rewarding. And I think all of us need to go back and give back to society, and that's what we have been able to do by creating this center of affordable excellence. And that's a very beautiful word coined by Dr. Mashelkar, actually, who coined this term, affordable excellence. That means you have excellence, but make it affordable. So affordable to all those who need it. So I think that is exactly what we have been able to do. So we have also been able to offer very costly medicines and other support patients for costly medicines where the insurance companies sometimes don't take care of, or they don't have the insurance to pay for it. So we have been helping such patients at our center, and I think the excellence has come from the breeding we got with when we were we worked with some of the prime surgeons in the country and abroad, and I think it is imperative that excellence in any field that you go in should be achieved, and that is only achieved when you focus. So that's what we did. We focused on breast surgery. Though I was trained as an oncosurgeon, I focused on breast surgery, and we were able to develop oncoplastic surgery, so reconstruction at the same time as a mastectomy in patients who need a mastectomy. So a woman in our center, 85% of patients who have had a mastectomy will have a reconstruction, and that's, I think, one of the highest figures in the world, because most places in India will be offering it at around 5%, and it is our aim through our international school to actually increase the rate of reconstructions in our country.
You have established Prashanti Cancer Care Mission along with social workers and cancer survivors in 1996. The mission serves needs of over 5,000 cancer patients annually. Could you tell us some more about this initiative of yours?
So the Prashanti Cancer Care Mission was started in 1995 to be precise, but registered in 2000, and it started by selling newspapers and collecting funds, and then helping out the patients, creating a sort of a playroom for children affected with cancer. So it began with such activities, counseling and singing of rhymes, of bhajans, as you call it in Hindi, for the cancer patients at the hospital. So these were all the activities that our social workers did, and I was joined in by some very prominent people in the society, like Jagjit Singh was our trustee, Mrs. Anuaga was a trustee of ours, Dr. Mashirkar has been a patron for all these years, and then we have Tanuja, the actress, who has been a trustee, and basically we have philanthropists in our mission, and we have been able to first of all reach out to the community with a lot of awareness programs. So we do more than maybe 300 awareness programs in a year, around 300 awareness programs, which is actually led by my wife Lale. So she organizes and she herself gives the lectures with most of them, and we have a marathon and we have large events where we have breast symposiums. Also, she's come out with a book on breast cancer survivors. So the book is it just accounts about 23 survivors and their stories of how they conquered the disease and how good they feel with oncoplastic surgery. So it's a sort of a awareness creation again through a book. And I think Prashanti has then established this Orchids Breast Health, through which we are able to give a lot of concessions to patients. So here we may be treating about maybe 1,000 patients in a year, 1,000 times at least patients coming to this center for various things. We reach out to many more in the community by our awareness programs, and we have a screening program. So we take our services out to the screening. So we touch about 5,000 people at least 5,000 people of cancer by all these sort of activities. Yes.
That is very inspiring. And also the screening program Project Shodh provides a 3-tier solution to identify breast and cervical cancer among women. Could you throw some light on it?
Yes, so we did this project about 3 or 4 years ago, thanks to the Tata Trust and who gave us funding for this project. We were very enthusiastic about it, and we did screen a lot of people with so first level of screening was at the periphery was that we sensitized women and we taught them how to do self breast examination, and our social workers went and did breast examinations on those people. These were usually people amongst the slum areas and the urban, but not the urban, but the semi-urban areas, where women are not really aware and they actually shy away even from doing a mammogram. So we reached out by doing awareness and actually going and our social workers examining them. We trained social workers to examine the people in the community so that lumps could be picked up early. So this is the first level of screening. The second level of screening was on the buses with the mammography, and we still have a mammography bus which we use now a little bit less, but because we found that the mammography on wheels didn't seem to appeal a lot to our community, so the responses were not as good. So we have gone slow on the mammography, but our first tier of screening, that is into the community with a lot of breast examinations done by social workers, has been is now being taken to a different level. We are screening many more patients now, and people now, not patients, community, and we pick up lumps, and then they are brought to the third level of screening, that is at our center, which is equipped with one of the best machines in the world with a 3D tomosynthesis. So all of them are offered this, and those coming through camps and poor patients it's done totally free for them. So these are the three levels of screening, and I think the third tertiary level of screening is this center, where we have the best machines for that. We have the best machine for an ultrasound and for biopsy techniques. So our center charges at least 40% below the market rate to everyone for these mammographies, etc. Going forward, if there are any patients who do not afford that or even don't afford any money, they are not charged anything. So that's the way this center works.
And could you tell us, elaborate a little bit for us about Pink Marathon and other community awareness programs that you've conducted?
Yes, I think very shortly, very briefly, we have been holding a marathon where about 15 to 20,000 people attended. And with one aim, that we create an awareness. So the logo of losing is not an option is the logo during that run. I have at least 2 patients or 3 patients who are marathoners, and one of them is a Iron Man. In fact, she has run the Ironman,
Wow.
And basically, and even after their surgery and going through their treatment, they have been, still pursuing the marathons. And
Doctor, according to you, how can we improve the healthcare system in India?
I think healthcare system in India can be improved only when there is a strong activity towards creating centers of excellence and affordable excellence. So you have centers of excellence, but they are many times restricted to people who can afford them, and then you have the run-of-the-mill hospitals, which are, or small nursing homes, which sometimes very difficult for them to really reach excellence and basically give out medical treatment at whatever possible level they are able to do. But I think what is very important today is that people believe in the concept of an affordable excellence. They create centers of excellence and make it available to the community, whether they can afford it or not. And I think that is when our health industry will really do well. So it is our private medical health care which takes care of more than 70% of the healthcare of the country. Only 30% goes to government hospitals. So they need to believe in the concept of affordable excellence.
And last but not the least, Doctor, what would be your message to the medical community?
My message to the medical community would be that let's honor the Hippocratic oath that we had taken and aim towards doing good for our patients. I think that is, once that is the primary aim of the doctors, then everything else falls in place.
Thank you so much for this interview again.
Thank you. Thank you for interviewing me. Thank you.